Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of habits. Today, checking out another beer that I picked up on Beer Dome. Another American beer. They get a lot of American beer. They actually get a lot of different beer. Lately, they've been getting a lot of German beer, which is really cool. But I got it from Beer Dome, so thanks a ton to Beer Dome for the beer. A link for the web shop is down below in the description. You guys know them by now because they've been sponsoring the channel for years. So thanks a ton, guys. But this is from Phase 3. And Phase 3 is an American brewery. As I said, they're based in Illinois. They're very famous for their barrel-aged beers. And I think I might have had a variant of this, or at least a Phase 3 beer in the Grand Christmas calendar at one point. Maybe. Way too late. I'm not entirely sure. We kind of disliked it because it was too sweet. But this one sounded nice, and they had it on there. They got this and numerous hazies. And I was like, I don't need more hazy in my life. So we got this one pressed. An Imperial Porter with coffee and toffee. That sounds nice. 12%, so it's a big one. And made with tugboat coffee. I know they use this at Transient Artisan Ales as well. But yeah, I mean, I've only had a handful of Phase 3 products. And that's mainly been at MBCC this year. Because otherwise, it's not something I've been able to get. I had Minutiae, which was amazing. It was kind of like BBT type stuff. Blended barrel-aged Imperial Stout. That's a beer they're very known for. They're known for their Unoya series, where they do all kinds of things with Imperial Stout barrels, add adjuncts, whatnot. And then also Arabesque, very famous barley wine from them. But I've only had Minutiae and a couple of the Unoyas at MBCC, and that's it. And then prior to that, maybe a can that I disliked because it was really sweet, or maybe it was just because I was really drunk and I was an idiot. I don't know. Because people love Phase 3, and I'm sure I will as well. I actually have a bottle coming eventually of their collab with Side Project called Phase Rule, which is a blended Imperial Stout in both rye whiskey, cognac, and bourbon barrels. Well, that sounds tasty. So let's dive into this one. So as I said, 12%. Pressed, they have a lot of different variants on pressed, which is basically an Imperial Porter with coffee and then something else, as far as I remember. This would also be a beer, just thinking of it now, because we're starting to go into the autumn season, and I've seen some silly Pilsnerish posting some silly things about pumpkin beers. Why not do a pumpkin spiced latte version? I don't know. I know pumpkin beer is still a thing in the States, and we never get them in Denmark, but I had a time in my life where I actually really enjoyed them, and I think I would still, at least some, the good ones. Are there any? I don't know. There was some back in the day. Southern Tier Pumpkin was my favorite, I think. What else? I think Shipyard Smash Pumpkin was good as well. We don't get those beers here anyway, so let's check this one out instead, without pumpkin and spices, but coffee and toffee. So it pours a pretty jet black color in the glass. A little bit of a red hue bleeding through in the bottom, poured out with a nice, thick, intense-looking tan roasty head. Let's check out the aroma unpressed. Ooh, loads of coffee. Loads of coffee. Really dark fruity. So this is actually a somewhat old can. This is from February, but it's still holding up quite well. And I immediately smell also like sweet, sticky kind of toffee. It's interesting. It smells a bit like American meets British, because I'm also getting loads of like jammy dark fruit. And I'm not sure if that's from the coffee or what it is, or the base beer. There's also a decent like roast component to it. And also something that reminds me of cola bean, which is interesting. Lots of coffee, fruity coffee. Toasty notes as well, like toasty nutty nuances. And this smells pretty good. It smells, and there's like a sharp roast on the back, which I like too. Like it's not all sweet, because it smells like it's going to be a little bit sweet, but not over the top. Let's try it. Cheers. Thanks to Beer Dome for the beer. It's definitely roasty. That's, a big roast profile. And massive coffee profile. And it's dry as well. Which, like 12% dry, roasty. I don't mind that. Like a lot of people will knock something like this because it's not like really vulgar, rich, and like it's an Imperial Porter. Porters are not often, like it's insane levels as stouts are. And Imperial Porters are exactly what I think this is. Like more dry, more roasty, more bitter. But I also think in modern brewing, it's kind of up to the brewer because Imperial Stout and Porter has become somewhat interchangeable. It's pretty nice. The toffee flavor is really throwing me for a loop. It's like sticky toffee, but also that fruitiness. And I'm not sure if that's like coffee or what it is. It must be the coffee. It's like marmalade-y and dark fruity and raisiny. Wine gums, English wine gums. There's almost something in there that also reminds me of maple syrup. But a really nice, drying, sharp, bitter roast profile of roasted malt, which is awesome to see. Like a lot of these big hype brewers, they brew a lot of these really sweet beers and crazy over-the-top beers. But when I think they do them really well, the dark ones, the stouts and porters, whatever, mainly it's like big Imperial stouts, they have a little bit of a roast profile. It's not just all sweet. And I think I remember that from Minutiae as well. Not sure about the Unoyas. I think so. But I like that because I think there's some European examples like where they do something similar like this, and then it just lacks the edge of roasted malt. And it gets too cloying and too sweet. This is not cloying and sweet, which is really nice. There's a bit of like a charry, burnt, almost ashy note to it as well. It's a little bit all over the place with like all the fruity, roasty, like there's a lot of stuff going on, but it sort of still really works. The toffee brings something new to the table, the coffee does, and the base beer does, without it like being in total harmony, but that could also be because I'm drinking it quite a few months down the line, because as they say on the can, keep cold and drink fresh. And that's how it is with beers like this, like almost all the time. They're definitely best fresh. Yeah, it's pretty damn tasty. It's not mind-blowing, but it's really good. It is. Hopefully we'll get to see some more phase 3. I'm sure we won't see barrel-aged stuff. Oh yeah, what they also did, they called it with Weltworks. Unoche. Medianoche meets Unoya. Was that how it was? Something like that. Which was, it's like one of the highest rated pastry stouts in the world. Well, it sounds nuts. But this is not a pastry stout. It's Imperial Porter. Kind of pastry-esque. Toffee. I don't know. But it's good. It's good. I like it. I'd say if you got this in your stash or you find it locally, get it now, drink it. Not something to age. It's drinking well right now, and I don't think it benefits from sitting longer. So in terms of grade, yeah, I mean, I really dig it. It's a bit old school, but also a bit new school, and it's got a bit of both worlds. Again, there's like almost British vibes to me, but that could be because of coffee and whatnot. So yeah, it's nice. Straight 90, I think. Not mind-blowing, insane, crazy, over-the-top, anything. Just a really well-made beer that is really enjoyable. But something maybe I should have shared is 12%. It's a big one. So if you guys had a chance to try the Phase 3 pressed Imperial Porter with coffee and toffee, let me know what you thought of it. Nice stuff. If you haven't had a chance to try it, check out Beer Dome. Maybe there's more left. I'm not sure because I got this a while back. But check them out. As always, guys, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm mostly cheers. And see you guys in another beer review.